All right, welcome everyone to the Sunday morning meditation, maths meditation for the selective school exam preparation. So, we did linear equations last week, and I hope you would have practiced. And I can see 54 students practicing the quiz that I've sent. There were a lot who just logged in and did not try at all. Uh, but I think the whole idea is to practice, practice, and practice, right? So today what we are going to do is that we are going to do a bit more practice on the variety of linear equations, and then we will do linear inequations. When I say inequations, the inequalities, right? So we'll learn inequalities as well because they're very sort of similar topics. I'll start with some basic linear equation that you need to solve, and then we'll see how you go. Let me just pull out my snip tool and I'll pull out a snippy here. Here you go. All right, let's get this. I hope you're able to see this one. Can you solve it? Starting now. Thank you. Yep, x equals to -16 is the right answer for people who don't understand how this has come up. Let's quickly do it. So we'll get rid of the 6 first, and I'll change the color maybe. So x over 2 in the bracket plus 5 remains as is. And this 6 is being multiplying the whole stuff in the bracket. I will divide it on both the sides. So -18 on 6, this 6 and 6 is gone. Now, what I'm left is 6 times 1, 6 times 3, -3. So what I have is x over 2 plus 5 equals to -3. People are able to see my whiteboard, right? I mean, I can't do anything here. I've just shared it. So if it is not appearing at your end, then it's your problem in your computer. People are able to see my whiteboard. Can I get a yes? Good. For anyone who's not, probably just follow my cursor, right? That's it. All good. All right. So next, now I can get rid of this 2 or I can get rid of this 5. It's my wish. So the easiest way is to get rid of the addition or subtraction first. Always, always. You know what? You've heard something called BODMAS, right? Now, in order to solve linear equations, the best way is to follow the BODMAS in the reverse order when you're solving the linear equation. Yes, follow it in the reverse order for linear equation. So that means you can get rid of the addition and subtraction first, and then division and multiply, right? So let's get rid of addition or subtraction. So I've got an addition here, so I can say x over 2 plus 5. I always put this in a bracket. Always maintain that hygiene. Always put this in a bracket. And if you have a longer expression on the right-hand side, always put that in the bracket as well. So brackets will make you go wrong. The chance of going wrong will be less. So now let's open up the brackets up. 5 and 5 gone. X over 2 equals to -8. And now you can get rid of this 2 by multiplying 2 on both the sides. And this becomes x equals to -16. All right, cool. Let's maybe try one more. Um, I'll go to the next page now. Please follow along. 3m minus 4 plus 8 equals to 5. Go for it. What are we getting here? M equals to 3, m equals to 5, m equals to 13. I'm getting multiple answers. All right, let's quickly do it. M equals to 3, not negative 5, Siva. Let's see what it is. First things first, this can be done in multiple ways. Again, I can get rid of this 8 first. So I can say 3m minus 4 plus 8 minus 8 equals to 5 take away 8. So 5 take away 8 on the right hand side becomes negative 3, and 8 and 8 is gone. 3m minus 4. Now I can open the brackets up, or I can just get rid of this 3 straight away by dividing on both the sides. So this becomes m minus 4 equals to negative 1. So m equals to, I can get rid of this minus 4 by adding 4 on both the sides. So obviously, you need to maintain the bracket stuff. Always, always. Open the brackets up, m minus 4 plus 4, negative 1 plus 4. See, again, I am telling you to put the brackets. It's simply because it will maintain the hygiene, right? If you got a negative sitting outside, especially multiplying or dividing, it can change the game. But then when you're doing the selective school exam, probably you need to act really fast because you don't have time. You've got roughly 30 seconds for every question. So you need to be better at it, right? So but then putting putting a bracket with the expression will go a long way, right? So 4 is gone, m equals to 3 is the answer. And I tell you, these things that I'm telling you now, put the brackets up, blah, blah, blah. This is not just for your selective school, preparation. I mean, this will go until your year 12. So take that advice very seriously. Okay, now I'm going to the next page and I'm throwing one more stuff at you. Take your time and don't jump the gun. Okay, take your time. Negative 9 minus 5u over 11 equals to negative 4. A lot of negatives. Please be careful. And I have not solved it. The answer is not in front of my eyes. I don't know what is the right answer. So we will solve it. This is from one of my textbook, which hasn't got the solved worked solutions with me. So we'll solve it together. Okay, looks like negative 11 is quite a popular answer. All right, good. Let's quickly solve it. Let's quickly solve it. Okay. All right, let's solve it. So first number that I would like to get rid of is, if I just follow the reverse BODMAS, is this negative 9. So I will say negative 9 take away 5u on 11, and I will just put the bracket and I'll say positive 9 here and a positive 9 here. So what is on the right hand side? It is 5, right? And on the left hand side, your negative 9 and negative 9, positive 9 cancels. You've got 5u over 11 equals to 5. And now the famous cross multiplication that we learned last time. You've got two fractions on both the sides. So let's do that. So negative 5u times 1 equals to 11 times 5, which is 55. And then you have negative 5u equals to 55, and u equals to, and I'm dividing it by negative 5 on both the sides. And eventually you get x equals to, sorry, u equals to negative 11. Yes. From here, I mean, I think someone pointed it out, from here, you can have multiple ways. You can have 5u over 11 equals to 5. Now you can get rid of this 5 on both the sides by dividing. And you have negative, you've got u equals to, not negative, u equals to negative 55 at the bottom and 1 here. So eventually you land at the same spot. Sorry, 11. 1. Yep. So you land at the same spot, right? Here. So the idea is you can deploy multiple ways. Is this clear, or anyone who wants me to do it again? I'm happy to do it again. Negative 9, in case looks like there's a confusion floating around. Negative 4, I get rid of this 9 by adding 9, and I'm not putting the brackets just to save time. Apologies for that. So you have negative 5u over 11 equals to 5. I love doing cross multiplication. And eventually, that's the easiest and the quickest way to solve it. U equals to negative 11. And with respect to cross multiplication as well, let's say if I give you an example, something like this. X over 2 plus 1 equals to 5. I've just made something up on my own. Can you solve X? I just randomly created something. Can you solve this quickly? What's the answer? I need the answer in fractions, no decimals, please, because you won't have calculators in your hand there. I've got, someone said 3, someone said 4 on 3, 4 on 3, 4 on 3, 4 on 3 looks to be right then. Okay, let's quickly solve it. Now, don't ever, and mark my words, don't ever cross multiply here. Don't cross multiply straight away. Why? Cross multiplication works. Look at this scenario here where we cross multiplied. Cross multiplication works when your left hand side and the right hand side, the expression on the left hand side, the numerator, you have one single denominator on the left hand side and one single denominator on the right hand side. One full fraction on the left, one full fraction on the right. It's only then you cross multiply. Look here. If I were to just rewrite it, I can write 1 as 1 over 1. Now, the left hand side is not one single fraction. It is a mix of two fractions, x over 2 and 1 on 1. So that is why you cannot cross multiply here. If you want to do a cross multiplication, get the left hand side under one common denominator, which means 2, and I say x plus 2 equals to 5 on 3. And how did I do it? Just in case it has gone on top of your head. 1 on 1, and I can say, how do I make the denominator say? I say times 2 times 2 So this becomes x over 2 plus 2 over 2. And now when you have a denominator the same, you can combine them into a single fraction. That is why I landed here. Now you can cross multiply. I hope you got this particular fundamental, when to cross multiply and when not to cross multiply. And now if I were to cross multiply it, so this becomes 3 times x plus 2, which means 3x plus 6 equals to 10. And then I have 3x equals to 10 take away 6, which is another 4, and x equals to 4 on 3. Will there be specific questions? You can see, cross multiplication is a fundamental. Cross multiplication is a fundamental. When to apply it is completely dependent on the question. It saves time. It saves time. So which means if I have x plus 1 over 2 equals to 5 on, let's say, 2, rather than trying to disintegrate into various fractions, I can simply cross multiply and get an answer quickly. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, and another 2 minutes, probably I will quickly go over when I'll give you a question, and anyone who's found spamming will be out. So I'm going to just do an audit of the chat in another 5 minutes. All right, cool. Now, I hope this is making sense. All right, now let's learn another important topic, which are inequalities. Linear inequalities. Don't do anything on the chat and listen to this particular topic. Very, very, very important. All right, let me pull out my notes. Okay. These inequalities are also called inequations. Inequations. Equations, I mean, equations which are not equations, right? Inequations, right? Now, the inequalities, so far in our linear equations, what we've done is that we had an equal to sign here. You see here. Now stop doing stuff on chat and concentrate here. We've gone past the questions that we've already done, right? So all the stuff that we've done so far had an equal to sign in it. So when you have an equal to sign in your linear, on both the sides of your linear expressions, it becomes linear equations. But then when you have signs like greater than, less than, greater than, less than, equal to, and greater than equal to, these 4 signs, the equations becomes inequations or inequalities. But 99% of the time, the rules to solve the inequations are exactly the same as we've been solving equations. So, for example, if I have x plus 5, rather than an equal to, I say less than equal to 13, then I will just do a take away 5 on both the sides, the way we have done for the equalities, and then 5 gone. X is less than 13, take away 5 is 8. No change at all. Absolutely no change. I'm going to the next page now. All right, x plus 5 is greater than equal to 13. What will be the answer? I've gone to the next page. Those who are not able to see me, I've gone on to the next page, please. Yeah, so in this particular scenario, x plus 5, take away 5, take away 5. So x, 5 gone, x is greater than 13, take away 5 is 8. Absolutely no change, greater than equal to. It's greater than equal to. So if you want to write through your keyboard, you can write it like this, right? You can write it like this. Yeah, that's the way to do it. All right, next. Now, what exactly is this? X is greater than equal to 8. So what it actually means is if you have a number line, I hope you know the concept of number line. So let's say this is 0 and that's 8. So if I were to represent this on a number line, what I'm going to do is it says x can take all the values which are greater than equal to 8. So you will have a dark circle here and you will draw a line like this. This tells you that x can take any value from 8 and over until infinity. So this will go up till positive infinity. That's how you draw an inequality on a number line in case you don't know how to do it. That's the simplest way of doing it. Now, if I have something like this, I mean, this topic is like a grade 8, grade 9, which I'm just sort of, you know, chatting about. If you don't understand, don't stress about it. Right? Now, if you have x less than equal to 8, so what you will do is a dark circle, and you will say like this. So this is the number line representation of an inequality. See, if it's going on top of your head, I mean, see, again, this is just a topic that needs a bit more, it needs at least 30 minutes of explanation, right? So if you are not getting it, don't worry. I mean, you can ignore it. Let's concentrate on solving the inequalities. I'll throw one inequality at you. Let's see how you go. X, 2x minus 5, I'm just making something up, greater than, mm, let's say 7, negative 7. Yeah, let's go for it. Don't worry if you're confused, that's okay. I've gone past that topic. It's a grade 9. I jumped the gun too soon. Sorry. So how we are going to solve it? It is 2x minus 5 in the brackets, and I say plus 5, 7 plus 5. So 5 gone, 2x is greater than 12, which means x is greater than 12 take away 2, which is 6. That was easy. That was pretty easy. Now, going to the next page, and now I told you at the beginning of this subject that inequalities are 99% exactly same how we solve the equalities. Now, let's test you on one more thing. negative 2x is greater than 12. Give me x. Give me, see again, whosoever is just giving me negative 6 as an answer, I mean, this is an inequality. I mean, whenever you are asked to give an answer for an inequality or an equality, always say x equals to, x less than equal to. I mean, the x needs to be, the variable needs to be provided in the answer. Okay. A lot of you have given me right answer. A few of you have given me incorrect answer. Let's quickly check what it is. Now, before I solve this, an important rule for inequality needs to be understood. In this scenario here, I have a negative 2 being multiplied by x. So the rule for inequalities are that 1% change, right, is whenever you have a negative number either being multiplied or being divided by the variable, and you want to get rid of it, obviously, because you want to leave x all alone, you will always flip this sign. So, what I mean is that you have negative 2x, when you divide it by negative 2 to get rid of it. And on the other side, you do the same operation. Mind you, this will reverse. Oh, good. Yep. Just type your question, Shaban. That's okay. I'm seeing the chat. So what happens is negative 2 gone. So x is less than and 2 negative 6. That is the rule that you need to follow. Again, I reiterate again, whenever you have a negative number being multiplying or being divided by the variable, with the variable, sorry, you will flip the sign. When you say change the sign, which means less than becomes greater than, a greater than becomes less than, a less than equal to becomes a greater than equal to, and a greater than equal to becomes less than equal to. In our question here, we had this, and it has become this, you see. All right, let's do one more. Now, take care of this. It's okay. Be with me. You'll get there. I'm going to give you one more. Negative 3x is less than 9. Can you try this and tell me what it is? Just change the sign. Yep, looks like now you've got it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to divide this on both the sides, and this is gone, and I will flip this to a negative 3. . All good? That's how you deal it. Now, let's do a division. Let's do a division for this one. I'm going to the next page now. Let's say X. Now, I need you to give me the answer. Always remember, I'm writing down. This becomes this, this becomes this becomes this, this becomes this, right? Now, X over -3 is less than 4. Go for it. It is greater than equal to, my dear boys and girls. You have an equality sign sitting underneath. Apologies if you don't know it. Okay, I'll quickly tell you. Greater than equal to can be written as, you got an extra line underneath. You see here, you got an extra line underneath, which is an equal to. If you forget that, the question is gone. Yes, so the answer is, I have to time it by -3 on both the sides. This is gone and I have to change this. So X is greater than equal to -12. Shaban, if you can't write it, you can write a greater than and equal to one after the other, right? I'm not looking for the symbols here. I mean, I can read that. Everyone's doing the same way. All right, cool. Next one. X over probably change of mind. What's the answer? I'm waiting for you to solve it. Take your time. X is greater than equal to 12 is what I'm hearing. Yes? Take your time. I give you another 30 seconds to think about it. 30 seconds. All right, let's get this cracking. Now, this 3 is dividing the X. Hear me out very loud and clear. This 3 is being divided. It's a division. But this 3, my dear kids, is a positive 3. It's not a -3. So whenever you have whenever you have a positive number being multiplied or divided, and you're trying to get rid of it, we don't change the sign. We don't change the sign. If this thing, look here, look here, we had a -3, and that's why we changed it. But now we have a +3. We will not change it. So flipping this, this stuff that I gave you here, the change of the signs will only happen if the multiplication or division has involved a negative number, like the way it was being done here. So this is really simple. X is greater than -12. And I don't care there is a negative sitting here because I'm not touching it. You getting my point? Is this clear? This is a big pitfall. People who understand this still do it incorrect because they see this negative sign here. You just need to make sure that the number that you're trying to get rid of, Sakita, for you, for the number that you're trying to get rid of, if that's an addition, if that's a multiplication or a division, and if it has a negative with it, it's only then that you change the sign. Otherwise, you do not. Am I making sense to everyone now? Yes or no? All right, let's do one more. So this negative are very, very tricky to deal with. I'm going to the next page now. Let us say now tell me what is going to be the answer. You've got negatives on both the sides. I'm getting mixed answers here. Negative can really spin you around, I tell you. Can really spin you around. Okay, hold your horses. And now answer me what I'm going to ask. Okay. What number, answer me the question that I'm going to ask now. What number in this inequality I need to get rid of? There are 40 people in here. I need to see 40 answers. Quick. Yes, exactly. -3. Now, next question. So I need to get rid of, I'm just changing the color. I need to get rid of this -3. Good job. Next one. Is this -3 dividing or multiplying, adding or subtracting the variable? Divide, multiply, add or subtract. So I have a -3 that I need to get rid of. How on earth is it divide? Is it multiplying? Come on. X over -3. What does this over means? This means divide. I can write it like this as well. X divided by -3. It's one and the same thing. That's the shortcut of algebra. Don't say this is multiplying. If you're saying this is multiplying, I'm sorry. I mean, you need to really work hard. And you're not attending my lessons the way you need to be. So, dividing, yes. So it is a divide. Now, I told you the rule. If you are getting rid of a negative number and you are dividing or multiplying, you change the sign. So x over -3 times -3, and you change this. -4 times -3. This is gone. X is less than 12. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Multiple negatives in here can be really, really tricky. Okay, now, but we can't cancel out the negative since it's sitting on the, no, you cannot. Okay, all right, Siva's got a point here. What Siva's saying is, and that's a good point, if you have something like this, why on earth I cannot just cancel it? No, Siva, you cannot. And I tell you why. What does cancellation mean? Cancellation means dividing. Cancellation means I'm going to divide both the sides by 1 on -1. I am dividing. So again, a division has come into play with a negative. So that is why when you cancel it, which actually means you're dividing the expressions with a -1 on both the sides, you still change the sign because you're dealing with a negative number and a division operator here. All right. Now, let's do another sort of a tricky one. Take your time before you answer this. Go for it. Take your time. Take your time. Someone says x is less than equal to 4. Someone says, most of you saying x is greater than equal to -4. One of you said greater than equal to -12. All right, a range, range of answers here. Okay. All right. I'm just reading through, reading through. Okay, most of you are correct. Okay, let's do this. Now, let's do it together and I will ask you a question and you will tell me what to do and what not to do. Okay, let's do it together for people who have not understood it. Right. Tell me which number should I get rid of? Should I get rid first? Good job. -6. So this -6, what is it doing to the whole expression on the left? Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. -6 is doing addition, subtraction, division, or multiplication. This bit here. Minus, subtraction. So I have a negative number and a subtraction, which essentially means that I will not change the sign because my rule was a negative number with multiplication or division. It's only then when I flip this, right? So I'll say a +6, obviously in the bracket, and I will not change it. A +6. 6 gone. I have -3x here, less than equals to -12. Now, next question to you. What exactly should I get rid of the x now? A negative 3. Good job, because that's the only number that's sitting with x. So I've got a negative 3. If I may ask you, what is this negative 3 doing to x? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? A multiply. Exactly. Multiply. So now my rule comes into play. A negative number with a multiplication. I will now change this. So what I'll do is I'll divide with a negative number and I change this now. Right? So what does this become now? Gone. And this is 4. X is greater than 4. That's the answer. Am I making sense? Yes? No? All right. Let's do one more. This is a tricky one, I tell you. You know, these are tricky topics, right? A negative can make so much difference to your life. Don't worry, you'll start to get a bit, you'll start to get a lot. You know, if you will if you look at this video again, once I share the recording, try the questions yourself, you'll be fine. All right. Okay, let's do one more. Take your time. Now, this is from one of my booklets where these worked solutions are not provided. So I will rely on your intelligence to get the answer and then we'll solve it. Go for it now. I don't know the answer, I tell you. So you need to help me out. A lot of you are saying x is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, I don't know. Let's see what it is. All right, let's do it. Looks like x is greater than equal to -7 is what the answer is. Okay, let's check, quickly check. So if you haven't if it's still sort of gray, this will clear the doubts. All right, let's go step by step. So what number should I get rid of it first? Quick answer. -15. Good job. So I will say -5x minus 15. So -15. This -15 is doing what to the expression? Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Quick. Subtraction. Good. So a subtraction. So my rule fails. I will not change this. So I'll just put the reverse operation. And mind you, I will not change this. 15 gone. So I've got -5x is less than equals to 5. Yes or no? Have I done something incorrect? No? Positive 5. Sorry, my bad. Positive. So which is 35. Now, which is the next number should I get rid of? Quick. -5. That's the only number that's sitting with x. And what exactly is it doing to the x? Plus, minus, multiply, divide. Quick. Multiplication. Good. My rule kicks in. A negative number and negative number and multiplication. So, negative 5x divided by negative 5x. Change the sign. 35 over 5. Gone. X is greater than equals to -7. All good? Making sense? Yes or no? All right, let's do one more. Got 5 more minutes into the session. We'll do one or two more before I let you go. Take your time when you're solving this. 5t plus 7 is greater than 9t minus 13. Let's see what you do now. Take your time. Could be the last question of the day. You're saying t is less than 5, right? Let's quickly check. Now, when you have variables sitting on both the sides of the equation or inequalities, always try to collate them at or collect them on the either side. Your choice. You want to get your t's on the left hand side or right hand side, your preferred choice, right? So let's say I want to get, so get all your variable terms on one side and the constant term on the other side. So let's take this 5t here and let's take this 13 here. So what I'm trying to say is on the left hand side, you can say 5t plus 7 and you say minus 5t greater than 9t minus 13 plus 13. So I'm getting rid of this 13 from here and 5t from here. Now, this 13 is a negative number, but it is subtracting the expression, so it will not have any impact on this sign. This 5t is a positive 5t, so it is harmless, right? So no impact to the inequality sign. So let's open it up. Open the brackets up. 5t plus 7 minus 5t. So if 5t is gone, greater than, sorry, my bad. And let's do one by one. I was pretty quick, sorry, on this one. Rather than, I'm sorry, I'm just taking this off. So let's get rid of this 5t first. Sorry, I just jumped the gun. So I have a negative 5t here, right? Let's not get rid of this 13 at the start. Right? Sorry, my quicker instincts kicked in. So now this 5t was a positive 5t, becomes a negative 5t. This is not impacted. I open the brackets up. I have 5t plus 7 minus 5t and 9t plus minus 13 minus 5t. So 5t is gone. You've got 7 is greater than 9t minus 5t is 40 take away 13. Now I've got rid of this 5t. Now I need to get rid of this 13 now. So this 13 is a negative number, but it is subtracting. So I just add this here without changing the sign. So 13 plus 7 makes it a 20. And now I need to get rid of this 4, and this 4 is dividing. It's going to divide, and it's a positive number. So t is less than. Now whether I write it like this or I write it like this doesn't really make any difference. Cool. We are exactly at 10 a.m. now. Thank you very much for all your time and effort today. And I will send this worksheet, an online worksheet to you for you to try. And please make sure you attempt it and practice, practice, practice. That's the way to win. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.